Good morning, Namaste. My appeal to the Prime Minister of India. Mr. Prime Minister, the economy is in doldrums world over. So for that you don't have to put the blame because world over the economy is in doldrums. That is the reason we are suffering. No. The economy even in our country started failing right from 2016. Right from 2004 to 14, many of the banks have looted, many of the corporate crooks have looted this country. There is about more than 12 lakh crores of money which has been waived off, all for the big corporate crooks. This NCLT is not really effective. The officers in the NCLT are all corrupt. The legal officers in all the banks are corrupt. Everybody is looting. The DRTs are full of corrupt people. The presiding officers are corrupt. The receiver or the recovery officers in most of the banks are corrupt. So where is this country heading to? It is the poor farmer's home that you are auctioning and you are harassing them for the payments. But what happens to people like Anil Ambani and all these Nirav Modis and Mehul Choksis and Vijay Mallya? Vijay Mallya also I won't say really bad because he was ready to pay back the 9,000 crores and his loan is nothing when compared to the Ambanis and Adanis. The Adanis and the Ambanis are the biggest crooks in this country and the biggest loan takers in every bank. The banks, you people are giving money and loan to these crooks, but you don't want to give the honest Indian investor, the honest Indian citizen, the honest farmer. It is so difficult for the farmers to get loans in the bank. The banks talk so much, but the availability of loans for these sectors is very difficult. Small traders are suffering. Small MSMEs are suffering. Small and tiny sector industries are suffering. But you politicians are busy getting your salary, your perks, your thing. Why, if you are really a good Prime Minister and you want to clean the system, first stop the salaries for all politicians. Whether it is MLA, MLC, MP, blah blah blah, councillors, everyone you stop the salaries. Stop the pensions for all these fellows. They have all looted. Most of them, 98% have looted this country. So why do they need pensions? And even the government servants, bring down the salaries as of now. When the economy is in a crisis, why don't you reduce the salaries of all government servants? Many of the government servants, many are corrupt. Especially I'll talk about Tamil Nadu. And even Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, they are so corrupt. And they are not paying tax for that ill-gotten money. So why should the honest Indian citizens suffer and pay taxes for such crooks? Why should my tax money be paid to a administrator who is corrupt? Somewhere the system has to change. Somewhere we have to clean up the system. Stop all salaries, stop all perks. None of these politicians, parliamentarians need a salary. If they really want to serve the nation and they're patriots, let them come and do free service. Nobody begged them to come and stand in the election. They want to, that is another form of business for most of these crooks, political crooks. Mr. Modi, Prime Minister of India, your conscience knows that most of these people are corrupt and you are also part of that corruption. If you are supporting Adani and Ambani, then it cannot be without corruption. You mean to say you are conducting the polls in a very sincere way? That you are following the Election Commission of India's diktat of only you have to spend 30 lakhs for a parliament election or whatever, blah blah blah. It's not so. You are spending crores and crores. There are people who are spending 100 crores for a constituency. From where did they get all this money? This is all again they have looted the nation and the people. You are putting a big drama about the ED raid of Partha Mukherjee or Partha Banerjee in West Bengal. There are people like him all over the country, even in all the states that you are ruling. BJP politicians are also corrupt. Congress politicians are also corrupt and all the other parties are also corrupt. There's only 1 in a million who's straightforward. So you don't try to think that you are the most honest citizen of this country. No. If you really are, and with the absolute majority that you have, do away with all these perks. These politicians don't need a salary. They are looting. The councillors who are in each thing wards, they are a big nuisance to the people. They are so corrupt. They harass the people. The MLA harasses, the MP harasses. They are all busy looting and earning their living. They are not there to work for the people and the needy people of this country. Mr. Prime Minister, we need to bring on lot of reforms. The police reforms is a must. There must be a lot of reforms even in the judiciary. A corrupt person cannot be sitting as a judge there to deliver justice. He is not fit to be sitting there. The same with the police. A corrupt police officer cannot be putting on that uniform. The same with the IAS officers. The same with all the government officers. The same with all the ministers who are corrupt. If you really care with your absolute majority, why don't you bring in a law like South Korea where they are hanged for corruption? These corrupt people are hanged in South Korea. So bring in that reform. That I will believe then that you are above board. But no, you seem to be hand in glove with all these corporate crooks. You have time only for the film people. You don't have time for the common man. If we ask you for an appointment, we will not get. Because how much money we have to give in the suitcase, we don't have that kind of money. That is why we are doing these videos. At least this way, somewhere, sometime, you will listen to what we have got to say. At least it will come to your ears. Whether you will do what we are asking or you listen to our appeals, that I am not saying. You will do. But at least you will come to know that God is making some people talk up to open your eyes. Most of you politicians are blinded with your power on your head. It is intoxicating. Please, my sincere appeal to you, Mr. Prime Minister. Our country is a great country. We have a lot of resources. Our farmers are great farmers. We have very good climate. The only problem is we don't have proper water irrigation to irrigate our lands for 2-3 crops. Most of the places is only rain-fed crops. If you can do that, you will be doing a big service to the country and definitely to the farmers. We can grow more food. We can start exporting that food. We can be big exporters of food grains, of oil seeds, everything. But we are not having enough oil seeds. We are growing too much of rice and too much of wheat. That should be brought down, and we should do it that everything we grow here. And we should not depend, even pulses we should grow more. But that's not happening. Mr. Prime Minister, this is what you should spend your time on, and not all the while in an election mood. You are always in an electioneering mood. That is not the priority today for this country. And please change this finance minister till she sits in that gaddi. The economy will be sarva vinash. Thank you to my subscribers of Swatantra Party and GITA TV. Thank you.